Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, March 17th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. We always start off on the US dollar index because that basically tells me what to do on the dollar pairs themselves if we can figure out the US dollar analysis. Now, we are very, very close to this break of structure right here. Now, one thing that Elliot Wave talks about is if you have the end of an ABC, then you'll get either a wave A or a wave 1. Either a wave A or a wave 1 almost always break the wave B structure, and we haven't done that yet. Also, keep in mind that we have FOMC interest rate news coming out tomorrow in the New York session. So, more than likely, the big move is going to wait for tomorrow. But like I said, most of the time after the end of an ABC pullback, you're going to get a five-wave structure, one, two, three, four, five waves up, that will end up taking out the high of wave B before it actually stops and makes a big pullback for the wave B or 2. So I still think there's a good chance this could go up break structure before it actually starts the bigger pullback for the wave 2 or the wave B. I think that the wave 2 or the wave B will probably start tomorrow around the FOMC interest rate news. Anyways, keeping all that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame. So we definitely did get a break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be going down now. I mean, this could definitely be a five-wave move like a wave A. This definitely could be a wave B, and this could already be a wave C. So if price does end up turning back up and breaking this structure, then we definitely want to be going back to being bullish. Like I said, because of the higher time frames and because of what we know about Elliott Wave, I still think there's a very good likelihood the dollar is going to take out this high right here, because that's normally what a wave A or a wave 1 will do at the end of an ABC pullback, which is likely what we have on the daily to weekly time frame. Anyways, with this break of structure, we do have to keep in mind that the trend on the 1 hour has turned down, and there's always a possibility that it just keeps going down. So anyways, moving on to the euro dollar back up to the daily time frame. Now, the euro dollar definitely looks like it's ready for a big pullback. I mean, it definitely looks like a five-wave structure. One, two, three, four, five. I think this is personally a wave 1, but it could be a wave A. I do also think that this is going to end up going up and making a big pullback lasting several weeks, which would be a B or a 2. The thing is most likely the dollar is going to sweep those highs, which means that this is probably going to go down and sweep the lows one more time. We could be like in a wave 4 on the sort of time frames. Going down to the sort of time frames, I mean, we do definitely have a break of structure, and anybody trading the sort of time frames definitely should be bullish. There definitely was a pretty nice little long opportunity early in the London session this morning. But like I said, keep in mind that this could be a wave 4, which means that we could end up, at some point turning down, breaking structure, and going down and making a new low. Whether it happens today or whether it happens at FOMC tomorrow is kind of the question. But I still think there's a very good likelihood we're going to sweep these lows before we actually start that big wave 2 or the big wave B that I was showing you on the daily time frame. So, anyways, like I said, technically you should be looking for longs on these sort of time frames based on structure. Going up to the pound dollar. Pound dollar pretty much exactly the same thing. We have this nice one, two, three, four, five wave structure. Definitely looks like it's getting very close to being ready for a big pullback, which would be either a B or a 2. I personally think because of this break of structure here that this is a 1, but we always label it as an A or a 1 so we don't get surprised. If the dollar is going to sweep those highs, this will also sweep the lows one more time before it starts that big pullback. Doesn't have to do that, but just because of what I know about Elliott Wave and the dollar index, I think there's a good chance that it will do that. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, if you're a short time frame trader, we definitely do have a break to the upside on the 1 hour, which means you definitely should be looking for longs on the 1 hour time frame and below. We had a beautiful long this morning early in the London session. Now, if this goes up and sweeps these highs and then turns down and breaks structure, then you definitely want to be going back to being bullish. If it sweeps these highs and then makes a move to the downside, it could just end up being a pullback to the last move up, and it could make a higher low and just keep on going. I think that it needs to sweep these lows because of what I see on the dollar index, but it doesn't necessarily have to. And technically, because of this break of structure, we should be looking for longs on pullbacks. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. The Aussie dollar to me really looks like the end of a wave 5, and if it is the end of a wave 5, it should sweep this low right here before it actually makes much of a big pullback. which is why I still think that this move up could possibly be like a bull trap also, and it might end up going down, sweeping these lows before it ends up going up again and making a bigger pullback like a wave B or a wave 2. Just like the other dollar pairs, I would call the first push down an A or 1. And if it makes more of a 3-wave down, then that's actually more of an A, not a wave 1. If it makes 5 waves down, then it's likely is a wave A. Anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, the Aussie dollar also did break structure to the upside. So anybody trading like the 1 hour time frame and below definitely should be looking for longs right now. Just keep in mind that if you do get like a new high and then it goes down and breaks to the low, then you definitely want to go back to being bearish because the market flow is definitely down on the daily. The daily time frame definitely overrules any structure breaks you see on the 1 hour. If you see a structure break to the upside on the 1 hour and the trend is down on the daily, then this move up right here definitely could just be a pullback within a downtrend. Technically, just like the other dollar pairs, you should be looking for longs because there is a break of structure on this time frame. So anybody trading the 1 hour and below technically should be looking for longs right now on pullbacks. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, the US dollar CAD is another one that to me really looks like it's going up. Even if this is an A, a B, and a C, which it could be, I still think that it could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and a wave 3 because of my weekly time frame analysis. Yesterday morning, in the morning video, I showed you my weekly time frame analysis. But I still think that this is at least going to go up and sweep these highs before you get too much of a pullback. And really, I mean, it doesn't even have to make that big pullback. It could just keep on trending if it wants to. It could be a very trendy year in these markets, in my opinion. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, the 1 hour time frame never did give us a break of structure, so the 1 hour time frame technically is still up. The daily is technically still up also. So we should technically still be looking for logs. We have a Fibonacci retracement out here because this move up is definitely looking very slow and very corrective. So if it does break to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level of this last move down, you definitely can go back to being bearish. But as of right now, I definitely would be looking for logs because the daily is up and even the 1 hour time frame is currently up. So I would definitely be focused on logs right now unless we get a break to the downside at a Fibonacci level. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. The dollar Swiss is another one where I think eventually this is going to go up and take out these highs. Now that doesn't mean that it could possibly make a big pullback lasting several weeks before it does that. As long as it doesn't take out this low right here, it can pull back as much as it wants and it could still be in an uptrend. So anyways, we don't even have an engulfing down. We don't have a lower high. We don't have a break of structure to the downside. The trend is definitely still very, very heavily up right now. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we definitely do have a break of structure, but a break of structure doesn't mean that it's a trend reversal. Just because you see a break of structure doesn't mean that it has to be a trend reversal. A break of structure could just be telling you that it's making a bigger pullback. So this could be an A, this could be a B, this could be a C. If price does turn up and does break to back to the upside, then you definitely want to go back to being bullish. Technically, the 1 hour time frame is telling you to look for shorts because you have this break right here. So if it does go up, put your Fibonacci retracement on there, and if it does respect the fib level and break back down, it could be a nice shorting opportunity. So, it really, a lot of this depends on what time frame you're trading because, somebody trading above the 1 hour time frame would definitely be waiting for longs. Somebody trading below the 1 hour time frame would definitely be looking for shorts right now. Moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. I mean, my main analysis on gold is that this first push down is an A. This is a corrective wave B with like a running in the middle, like that's a little running pattern in the middle. And then this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, and that we're currently in a wave 3. And if this is a wave 3, it's likely going to go down and take out the low of wave A. So I still think that this is the most likely scenario on gold is that it's going to make a wave 3, a wave 4, and eventually a wave 5. Now we cannot rule out the possibility that this is not a 1, 2, 3, but this is an A, B, C pullback and it makes a break to the upside and just continues up. If we get a break to the upside on sort of time frames, we'll know that this is a wave C. We will not have to guess whether it's a wave 3 or a wave C. We'll know if we get a break to the upside that it cannot be a wave 3 because of what we know about Elliott wave patterns. As of right now, there's definitely no break, and I would definitely still be recommending shorts. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, gold has been very sideways so far this week, but this is still the lowest low, which means that this is still the most balanced structure. If it breaks above here, then that tells us that this is a wave C and that we definitely want to become bullish. If it doesn't break above here and just stays sideways or eventually starts breaking down again, then we're just going to continue to look for shorts. Like I said, it could be a wave three. If it really is a wave three, this thing could easily just keep on going down. So, like I said, my main analysis is that it is a wave three, and if it is a wave three, then it will not take out this high, but instead it will eventually take out this low, and it will keep making lower lows, lower highs on a little bit of a higher time frame. I would definitely still be recommending shorts. Even though it's a very sideways market, these are the trades that I would currently be looking for as these shorting opportunities. Now moving on to the yen pairs, back up to the daily time frame. The dollar yen is another one that really looks like it could be getting close to turning. But we don't have engulfing down. We don't have a break of structure down. We don't have a lower high to the downside. There's nothing actually telling us to look for shorts yet. The weekly is up. The daily is up. There's nothing stopping this thing from continuing to make bullish candles. The market will tell us when it's over, and it definitely hasn't told us that it's over yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, technically it did break structure on the 1 hour, so if you're trading the 1 hour and below, I would definitely be recommending shorts. Like I said, this could just be a pullback within the uptrend. There's really nothing stopping the dollar from continuing up. You know, it looks like a possible wave A. It looks like it possibly made three waves up for wave B. We could possibly already be in a wave C. Most wave Cs do take out the lower wave A, so it could go down and take out the low. Or it possibly could make a higher low because sometimes you get running ABC patterns. So if you get a break to the upside, I would go back to being long. The weekly is up, the daily is up, and those higher time frame trends need to be your friend. Yes, the 1 hour time frame broke down, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that daily, weekly time frame uptrend is complete yet. So if you're trading below the 1 hour, I would be recommending shorts, but very cautiously because the higher time frames are definitely still in an uptrend. Moving on to the euro again, back up to the daily time frame. The euro again does look like it's trying to engulf up, but this current candle, we still have what 12 hours or more until this candle closes. This candle could end up being a bearish candle by the end of the day, for all we know. A lot of the yen pairs look like they're going down. This looks like it could be the top right here, and I still think there's a better chance that this is going to keep on going down based on looking at other yen pairs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where it gets difficult again because yeah, the 1 hour time frame definitely did break structure. And you definitely after this break of structure would have been looking for longs here, looking for longs here, and looking for longs here. So if you're trading the 1 hour time frame and below, I would still be recommending longs unless it breaks structure to the downside. If it breaks structure to the downside, you would definitely stop looking for longs and you would definitely go back to looking for shorts again because the daily is down based on structure and market flow, and the weekly is also down. And like I said, those higher time frames definitely, overrule anything you see on any of these sort of time frames, even like the 4 hour to 1 hour time frame. Those weekly, daily time frames definitely overrule all those time frames. Moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily time frame. The pound yen also, I mean, this looks like the end of a pullback. Now, we can't rule out the possibility that we're just in a pullback to this move and it bounces from a fib level and continues the uptrend. It's definitely possible. But if this is the end of a pullback right here, which it looks like it is, then this will make lower lows, lower highs. It will go down, break this, and it will eventually go down and break this most likely. So I am definitely overall very bearish on the yen pairs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where you got to break a structure to the upside on the 1 hour. Doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a trend reversal. It could just be a pullback within the downtrend on the daily time frame. So since we get this break, you would have been looking for logs here, you would have been looking for logs here. If it goes down again, you're looking to see if it makes a higher low and you're looking for logs again. If it goes down and breaks structure, then you're going to simply stop looking for logs and go back to shorts, especially because the daily and the weekly is in a downtrend. So definitely pay attention to your structure on all time frames. Just keep in mind that a 1 hour time frame break of structure doesn't necessarily mean it's a trend reversal, especially if it breaks to the upside and then the daily and weekly are actually still in a downtrend. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.